Need high-quality video to promote your event, business, or band? We can help.
We're Pixel Pond, a video production team based in the Pacific Northwest, providing high-quality content to clients across the U.S. and Canada.
Whether you want coverage of your live event to promote for next year, or need a camera and a camera operator for your next big project, we can accommodate projects of all sizes.
Your story is important. Visit pixelpondllc.com or send an email to info@pixelpondllc.com to get started today. We can't wait to work with you.
Parental warning. This podcast contains references to predators on Roblox. And that's scary enough. Please podcast responsibly.
This time on Gamers Week Podcast. All right, next up, Sony Interactive Entertainment has filed a lawsuit against Tencent over its upcoming game Light of Motiram, with Sony saying it is a slavish clone of the Horizon series.
Light of Motiram. That's a terrible name.
Lotriman?
It really is.
It's a really awful name.
Or Molaram.
Y'all getting any damn copies of the Light of Motiram?
Oh, D, that's great. Oh, Black Betty, Motiram. Whoa, Black Betty, Motiram. Because it gets me high.
Motiram.
Oh, that's no
Motiram.
Whoa, Black Betty.
Motiram. It's good. It's good.
And guess what?
We're live.
We're live.
Oh, we're live.
It's
Hey,
really too
everybody.
bad we didn't go live earlier when you were dancing back from closing your door and rubbing your nipples.
It was quite the sight.
You did. A, you didn't see it. B,
I just want to corroborate the story. I want to be in on this, man.
she's lying out of her ass.
No, she's not, though.
She is.
And all the viewers are going to believe me over
Do
you.
you have proof? It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. I learned that a long time ago in the early 2000s by our friend Denzel Washington.
And that was a life lesson, apparently.
That was. And I keep that with me. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and get started with the show. Welcome to Gamers Week Podcast. Podcast? Welcome to Gamers Week Podcast. Like the name says, we analyze the best, worst, and weirdest headlines of the past week in the video game industry. This is episode 175, and today is Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. My name is donniegretro, and I will be your host this evening, but I am not alone. If you've had any sudden broken glass lately, it might be from the squee heard round the world when my first co-host found out that Silksong will be playable at Gamescom 2025. Blue, how are you doing this evening? It's real, it's happening, it's right on the cusp. Do you think Silksong would go back to beta?
If it does, I think we riot. But shockingly, after the news came out that it was going to be playable at Gamescom, all the flights to Germany were sold out. And I tried to sell my kidney to get one, and shockingly, there were no takers. So I'm just sitting here waiting. But one day we'll get Gamescom.
You're telling me the black market kidney trade has really taken a nosedive since the late 90s, early 2000s?
The black market kidney trade was absolutely saturated after this news, and I was just a little bit late on the ball. So
it is all about timing.
Yeah, I got to work on that.
Yeah. And after the success of the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle jeans commercials, Bugle Boy has asked Ryan to be their model. He is currently on location for their photo shoot. However, his last message to us said something about the photos being taken in the back of a van in East LA. In his stead, we are joined this evening by our friend, our close friend, and wonderful co-host, Ducks in Disguise. He is one half of Pixel Pond Production Company. He is one half of the Finer Things Twitch stream duo with Dave EPG8. Ducks, thank you for joining us. How are you doing this evening?
Hi, thank you for having all my halves here on the podcast this evening. Great to be here. Love the show. I gotta say, though, Ryan, of all the studios and sets that we've worked on, a van is not one of them. Maybe, reconsider that agreement. But anywho, yeah, it's great to be here. Great to see you guys. Very excited to talk about the topics we have on hand tonight.
Now, if you do remember, Pixel Pond was last on episode 111, and that was back all the way in February 2024, wasn't it?
Wow, yeah, it's been a minute. Time flies fast, I guess.
No kidding.
And of course, Pixel Pond is one of our illustrious sponsors of the show. So real quick, for anybody who maybe doesn't know what you do, who is Pixel Pond?
Absolutely. So Pixel Pond LLC is a multimedia solutions company based in the Pacific Northwest. We specialize in video productions for businesses and live events. We do tons of work in the gaming industry, as I mentioned, at these expos, conventions, and for gaming-centric businesses, such as game stores and things like that. As a side note, support your local game store. They're a good bunch of folks.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. So let's go ahead and jump into our reviews, reactions, and requests for the week. Up first, Dragoon Arc says, I'm kind of surprised Xbox tacoed on $80 games. I got that reference. I figured it was just a means to try and get more people in their ecosystem to join Game Pass, enabling Xbox talking heads to keep telling us how it's the best deal in gaming, even after they raise the price again. Sometime in December, I bet.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe bet. I would put money on that bet as well.
Yeah, I think so. I know this was a topic on a previous episode that we were talking about the viability of long-term financial success of Game Pass, and does it even make sense from a fiscal perspective? And without raising the price, not if you're going to keep putting the AAA's day one on there. There's undoubtedly sales being lost and left on the table. At the same time, there is the exposure angle. There's folks who would not spend that $80 once a month, much less multiple times a month to play these games. So by giving them a $15 to $20 option, you at least get some eyes in front of it and a little bit of money from Microsoft, I'm sure.
Yeah. Game Pass is where you find out who's mommy and daddy's favorite, because when Xbox says this game will not be on Game Pass at release, that's where you know which child is loved the most.
Sheriff Snack says, I loved the first Outer Worlds. I thought it was really well done. With that in mind, under no circumstances would I pay $80 for the sequel. But what if the sequel was just as badass as the first one?
I mean, even then, it's a AA game. It's the rare AA game that commands the marquee AAA pricing.
Yeah, and that's kind of where you lose it for me, too, because there are certain franchises I will happily pay $80 for, Mario Kart being one of them. I knew that when I made that purchase, I was going to get dozens, if not hundreds, or possibly, multiple hundreds of hours out of this thing. No problem spending $80 on that. But a game that I was like lukewarm on and was like, yeah, it was a fun game, you're not going to hook me on the sequel at $80.
No way.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Gaming and Gain says, I want to play the Bullshit 101 segment for my 8th grade class. It was excellent. I tend to stand on my soapbox when I talk about stories of manipulation of the people who are vulnerable.
That's nice to hear that it was a good discussion and perhaps valuable for the younger gamers out there.
What's keeping you from playing this episode for your 8th grade class?
Maybe because it's called Bullshit 101.
Okay. Well, you could say bull crap, okay? Just change a few things. There you go.
Yeah, put a funny sound effect in there. It'll be just like TikTok. It's fine.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our patron shout-outs.
We couldn't do what we do without the help of our gorgeous patrons. Here are the generous folks supporting Gamers Week on Patreon. Bill Tucker, you know the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. Fruitcakes, I hate it when my Schwartz gets twisted. Pickled Pepper, Ducks with Thick Thighs, Absolutely the Best Podcast, a work in progress. Bobson Dugnut, Blues Little Sis, Loudmoth, Retroblast Pat, B&T Zilla Guy, The Mad Milkman, Seven Castle Forest, Crunchy Kong, Sheriff Snacks, Sheriff the Handsome Chef, Frank Grande, Love Retro BTW, W, Steven Sayan, Bramboski, Terry Kinnair, Don't Make Me Pull This Car Over, Games with Coffee, Hybrid Divide, You Fall Before Me, Davey PGH, the Pixel Pond family, including Shannon and Luke, Zach, aka Old Cluster Nuts, Puzzle Butter, #1 Blue Stick Voice fan, John Barron, Sassy Sony, Evil Lust, Rai Wants This Boy's Soul, Mega Retroman, Gamatroid, Mora Deep, Michael, Get Your Ass to Mars, Lakite, and Emo-esque. If you like what you hear today, and we really hope you do, please consider joining us on Patreon. Your support helps cover the cost of producing the show, as well as other cool stuff we'll be doing, like prizes and giveaways. You'll also gain access to our bi-weekly, but on hiatus until August, patron-only bonus cast called Gamers Week Uncut Patrons with Benefits. Visit patreon.com/gamersweek or follow the link in the show notes to learn more.
Also, side note to Zach, I always laugh at old cluster nuts, so bravo.
And Zach just had a birthday, so like I said in Discord, may his nuts ever cluster.
Hey.
Big 5-0. Those are some clustery nuts right there.
Well, happy birthday, old cluster nuts. That might be one of my favorite phrases that has ever come out of my mouth. Okay. All right. This headline segment is proudly sponsored by Absolutely the Best Podcast, a work in progress. Each episode, George and Zach discuss and rank all the best things, starting with deep dives into every movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This week, they've got a trivia question for us. What is the name of the fictional arcade game that protagonist Kevin Flynn creates in the 1982 movie Tron? Visit them at absolutelythebest.net or follow the link in the show notes. I have no idea.
So, Donnie, I know you're a big Tron fan, so this is a fandom test. And if you fail, you should be very ashamed.
I feel like this is a trick question.
That's what I thought, too.
Because, well, I mean, so he creates a game called Tron. I think there was a couple other ones. Tron and
Redacted
are the two that I remember off the top of my head. That's it.
You have passed the fandom test. The answer is
Redacted.
So I was like, it's not Tron, is it? Is it that easy? But no, the answer he was looking for was
Redacted.
Okay. I would have just like kind of like been old man Griggs and said really you're gonna that's the game that you're gonna like. You had me racking my brain. It's the name of the damn movie.
Yeah.
I had no fear that I was going to fail that test.
Well done. You have earned your fandom card.
Thank you. I know the past couple weeks it's been tough. Last week was the quote from Hot Shots. Like, what was the call sign that they used? The 4-letter.
And you know, I went and watched Hot Shots that weekend.
Really?
Just to right this incredible wrong. And it was okay.
Well, okay?
It was okay.
Oh my God.
I love parody movies, so Hot Shots was fantastic. I even thought the second one, while a little cheesy and goofy, was still funny. Particularly the bit in the beginning where he's got they're doing the boxing and he's got the gloves on and the one guy goes and he puts like super glue and ice and nails and all this stuff on his gloves, and then Charlie Sheen puts like caramel and gummy bears and sprinkles and shit on there. It was really good. They do some slow motion shots where like the gummy bears mush into the dude's face. It's really funny. I'm glad to see those movies making a comeback with the new Naked Gun movie.
Right. Yeah. Red Ox says, okay is like B tier for Blue. So see?
Okay. All right.
Well, then okay, acceptable review. Right. I'm happy with that. All right is not terrible. So yeah, it's good.
RGB says, Blue still enjoys making Donnie disappointed, but I won't kink shame. He's on to me.
Wait, Ryan's in the chat? What's going on with his photo shoot?
No, he's tweeting from the back of the van. See, they tied him up as part of the set dressing, but they left an arm free so he can still text.
I was about to say, is the camera on set a phone? If so, again, just run.
It's one of those old school camcorders, like an 8mm. In which
Coming
case you
soon on VHS.
Definitely run.
You got the guy with the big camcorder on his shoulder with the light on it. Oh God. All right, let's go ahead and start with this week's headlines. The Roblox CEO has officially horrified every parent alive by announcing his ambition that the platform become a dating hub, despite the fact that roughly 40% of its users are under the age of 13.
Dux's face right now, priceless.
What the
Yup.
man?
On a recent episode of the Tech Stuff podcast, Roblox CEO David Baszucki said that he views Roblox to be more than just a gaming platform and that one day it would become a place where people could meet, connect, and even forge relationships. He believes that implementing a dating feature would help cure the loneliness epidemic going on in the world by turning Roblox into a wellness platform, a place where people can make connections, especially those feeling disconnected in other social circles or dealing with mental issues. The dating feature he envisions will enable users to have a virtual date to start, and then if they connect, meet in the real world. While he said that this feature would only be available for people above the age of 21, there are reasons to be skeptical of such measures. And Roblox has in the past faced allegation that it's being used to groom children. It's true that Roblox is continually improving its rules and safety features, but there is no one on the planet who thinks adding dating to this platform will go well, or could possibly be made safe. Except, the CEO of Roblox Corporation.
So I know it's only July, but I think we may have come across the worst idea of 2025.
Yeah, this is a horrible idea. So many levels.
Simon Asher says, yes, I am 21. I am not just 3 kids in a trench coat.
Yeah, as You Fall Before Me says, you can still meet people and even a potential significant other while gaming, but man, Roblox is not it. This is very specifically a game that has been known as a huge platform for children to be on. This is not a place where you introduce a dating platform. That is a recipe for disaster and just super wrong on so many levels, in my opinion.
I mean, it's not just an opinion, especially when you have verified accounts of children being taken advantage of. I forget what the exact number, but it was in the thousands of Roblox itself admitting the number of occasions that children were exploited on its platform in a single year. So the only way that David Baszucki thinks that this is a great idea is he's either a fucking moron, he's an egomaniac, or he's just stupid. And maybe all three. I haven't entirely decided.
People can be 3 things.
Yeah, he can be 3 things.
Your ideas are horrible, Wazowski.
Yeah.
I'm watching you.
I know that their audience is aging up, but be realistic. You cannot be everything to everyone, especially when you haven't even yet demonstrated that you can be a reliably safe place for your core audience. And you want to start adding stuff like this that promises meetups in the real world. That's crazy talk. That's like level 11 crazy talk.
Yeah, that is not the direction to take a platform that has had these kind of things lobbied at it. That's not great.
You want to go date somebody? Go on Yahoo Personals, if that's still a thing. If you want to date somebody, go on Facebook Dating, if that's still a thing.
Those both sound like very old suggestions.
Yeah, they probably are. Go on an AOL chat room and meet somebody, like I did back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
This is a horrible idea because not only is this game geared towards children, you implement this feature that it says, oh, you can't access this feature unless you're 21. Well, guess what's really easy to do now? Create an email address. As a kid, let's just say you're 14, you're 15, you're 13, you're 12, whatever. And you're like, oh, I want to access this feature. I'll go create this. I'll go send this. I'll register this to the game. Bam. Yep, I'm 18. Okay. I get in and there you go. Now I'm able to talk and use this feature. And it's a bad idea. It opens up such a Pandora's box where there are bad sites to show you. And we don't need that.
I mean, even if you think your child couldn't figure it out, some nefarious adult could coach them through it. There is a reason that Nintendo apps don't even allow chat on something like Mario Kart. Like there's no need. You have a selection of pre-approved phrases that you can say, and that's all you get. If you want to chat beyond that, you have to go beyond Nintendo, because they're not going to with this kind of Pandora's box. We're just not going to mess with it. And yet Roblox seems to be completely, I don't know. It's almost like they think the problems they've had in the past don't count. Like they're discounting the seriousness of it and then moving on to implement things that are only going to make it worse. It feels extremely disrespectful, in my opinion, to their user base and to the users that have had problems in the past.
Yeah, this is like Nintendo adding a dating service to Mario Maker. Like,
right.
What the hell? What are you doing, man? Like that's absolute insanity. Just start to finish. This was a bad idea before it even got off the ground.
Like, you see what kind of a sadist I am in Mario Maker. Do you really want to see what kind of sadist I am?
I mean, we don't kink shame, but come on.
I mean, the other thing is like, for adults who are looking to date within similar interest groups, these things already exist. These areas and spaces already exist and are well established and recognized as safe. And, there's communities and things like that. I don't think Roblox is going to be the market disruptor that's going to come over and take that market.
Yeah. David Baszucki needs a real swift reality check right in the cluster nuts.
Right in the old Zach.
Yep.
So explain to me something here. How is Roblox going to be? It says they want to help people dealing with ostracization in other social circles and mental issues. How is Roblox a licensed therapist? How are they going to help people with mental issues?
The quote that I was looking for was saying something like, well, if you're suffering from such and such social issues, then you may feel already more comfortable engaging with somebody on a platform that you already know and feel at home in. And then therefore that will help you build the confidence to engage on deeper levels and perhaps even in the real world, which sounds great on paper if you know absolutely nothing about Roblox and the rest of its history. Yeah. But I think it's complete bullshit. I think that David Baszucki had some marketing department say the population of users that are aging out of Roblox, this is what they're looking for from their online experience. They want to connect, they want to date. And so he said, okay, we'll turn it into a dating app and we'll keep these people, these young adults, from leaving Roblox, from deciding they're too old from Roblox. And I think it's a last ditch desperate effort to keep their user base from aging away, and something that's very natural. Roblox is at its heart a kids platform, and it should stay that way, in my opinion. But they're greedy, and they want that astronomical number of daily active users, and they're not willing to let go of anybody.
Yeah. So the idea of Roblox somehow curing a loneliness epidemic or helping people be more social is kind of silly, in my opinion. Like, there's if you do have trouble socializing, and I sympathize as a really, really introverted type person, I struggled a long time with just having conversations with anybody. And I did get over that through online and, being online and going through social media channels. But that allows you to kind of find a community that will fit. When you just go into an online random gaming lobby and you start talking to people, there are people that could make your situation worse.
Very much so.
Yeah, very much so. Just by hopping into that lobby, you don't even have to say a word, and suddenly now you're in a worse headspace. So again, it's just like, what are you doing? It's not the right place for this. It's not the right platform for that. I strongly encourage folks who are introverted or want to socialize but have issues finding a way to do that. Yeah, check out whatever your thing is that you scroll and find that community and start engaging that way. But man, to just think that you're going to hop into a random online lobby and suddenly be a social butterfly, that's not reality.
Yeah. Simon Ashcher says, by putting this walled garden where all the 21 plus year olds can hang out, doesn't that make the children easier to find? That's uncomfortable.
That's an unfortunate, truth.
He's not wrong. First time chatter C Small says, that's not a bad assessment of how internet communities have been good for many people, but it's not something a platform can deliberately create, which I think goes back to what Dux was saying much earlier in that it should be done organically.
Yeah. There's a community out there for you. I guarantee it. There are people out there who you can identify with and get along with, but it's, you're really rolling the dice. You got about as good a chance of getting hit by lightning or drafted by the NFL to find friends just at random in a video game. Most of the time you're going to be yelled at because you're not as good as at least in my experience. You get yelled at because you're not as good as the other people in the game.
Yeah, right. I'm holding out for my contract extension. So,
which league?
NFL.
What position?
I play kicker.
No Googling. Did you say kicker?
Yes, I said kicker.
All right, we'll let you have that one.
Thank you.
It's football. She's the only one doing her job. Sorry.
Thank you. Games with Coffee says tight end. And Rubowski says head coach. That's right. I'm holding out for my coaching extension.
She's the coaching manager. She plays coaching manager for the NFL. She plays those types of games. All right, next up, Sony Interactive Entertainment has filed a lawsuit against Tencent over its upcoming game Light of Motiram, with Sony saying it is a slavish clone of the Horizon series. The suit, which was filed on July 25th in California, sees Sony going after Tencent for copyright and trademark infringement, with Sony demanding a trial by jury. Sony said it is trying to prevent the release of Light of Motiram. Jesus. Tencent's copying of Horizon is so blatant that the public has described it as crazy, insane, and shameless. Sony said in the lawsuit. SIE further alleged that Tencent came to the company with a pitch to license the Horizon IP, to which SIE declined. Sony said Tencent is deliberately causing numerous game lovers to confuse Light of Motiram as the next game in the Horizon series by way of Tencent promoting it with a ripoff of Horizon's Aloy character. Tencent's conduct has caused and is causing irreparable injury to SIE, the company said. Sony is seeking statutory damages of up to $150,000 for each separate work in the Horizon franchise infringed, as well as for Tencent to deliver SIE's lawyers all products and marketing materials bearing what it claims to be our prohibited marks, so Sony's team can destroy them. Light of Motiram remains available to wishlist on Steam, but it has no release date. The game is in development at Polaris Quest, which is a subsidiary of Tencent. And I would suggest they get a trial by combat, not a trial by jury. Let's do trial by combat.
Yes. Fight to the death. The winner takes the IP. I've been waiting for this since Sega versus Nintendo. Let's do this.
About time.
But seriously, I just looked this game up, and the promotional art. Wow. I mean, RGB, nail on the head there in the chat. Pal World was an obvious copy, but this goes so far beyond that. It looks exactly like Horizon promotional art. Like the character, the art style, the color palette, everything. This is very clearly copyright infringement.
Yeah. I mean, the trailer that was released, at least the one that I saw, was like a 7.5 minutes long. I only made it about 2 minutes in, and after about 30 seconds you're like, no, this is straight up Horizon Zero Dawn, but like not as good. It's the wish.com version of Horizon Zero Dawn, and they've got I think some English voiceover of the little robot that's flying around. It's definitely AI English voiceover. It's not good. The interesting part is there's so much ripoff going on in the gaming industry. You get something successful and everybody rushes to copy you. Mm-hmm. It's rarely as blatant as this, except for like RGB brought up maybe Pal World and Pokemon. But I think if you're going to rip off somebody else, you have to choose your target carefully. And Tencent thinks they're pretty big in their britches, and they're swinging for the fences and targeting Horizon Zero Dawn.
This one's really close, though. Like, if this goes through and is approved, then I'm going to start a comic strip starring Jack and Garfield the cat. And you know what? Nobody can sue me, because apparently this is just fine now. We can just take the whole idea, change a couple little details, and it's fine. I really hate when studios do this. When it's very clearly heavily inspired by a game, or to the point where it's the same thing, it's too far. It's too far. I'm not interested.
Well, and this is something that's been happening for the longest time. And one of the instances I can remember was Saints Row versus Grand Theft Auto, right?
Right.
When Grand Theft Auto came out, Grand Theft Auto 3, that was a game changer. It took that mission style, the car racing mission style stuff with an intricate story, third person, first person, all of this other stuff. And it just set the world on fire. And then all of a sudden, Saints Row comes out, and you're like, like this is very, very clearly Grand Theft Auto. You're just different characters and the same premise and all that stuff. So how are you able to get away with this?
Yeah,
and not have any slap on the wrist? And now Tencent is coming out with this blatant ripoff of Horizon Zero Dawn. And why can't they get away with it? Yeah, it's the same premise, different characters and everything like that, but it's a different game.
The art is just, that's what gets me, is the art. And specifically the main character design. There are so many similarities. It might be legal, might be enough changed. I just feel it's a little greasy. It's giving Randy Pitchford vibes, you know.
I mean, the other example that comes to mind is the whole PUBG versus Fortnite thing. You know, PUBG was first. Fortnite went on to become way more successful than PUBG ever was. But Dux is correct, is when you watch this trailer, you're like, nope, this is straight up like they're copying every single thing. And so you wonder, because you have to make the legally distinct work, what is it that you're going to argue is legally distinct about this? Or maybe if you're Tencent, you don't really care. You just play by your own rules.
Right. And DJ Kwan says people need to stop spending money with them. Maybe stuff like that would stop. I don't know. I think you're not going to have enough people to stop spending money to make a difference. For something like this, there will be people out there who want to try this game, who are like, oh, well, I liked Horizon Zero Dawn. I like this color palette. I like this art style. Maybe I'll give it a go. Maybe they'll give me the feels like this other game did. So they will spend money on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, at least when, like in the 16-bit days, that would get me all the time. If I saw a game that looked like a game that I already liked, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to give that a shot. It looks like it.
Course.
Can't remember an example to the extent of this. But yeah, definitely. If I see something that's similar to something I've played in the past and I want more of that, yeah, get me interested. But I know there's those of us who pay attention to the gaming news and stuff like that, we're going to look at this and be like, ugh. But to Donnie's point, there's a large population who isn't that deep down the rabbit hole that is never going to know or care about any of this controversy.
Right.
Light of Motiram. That's a terrible name.
Lotriman?
It really is.
It's a really awful name.
Or Molaram.
Y'all getting any game copies of Light of Motiram?
Oh, D, that's great. Oh, Black Betty, Motiram. Whoa, Black Betty, Motiram. Because it gets me high.
Motiram.
That's no
Motiram.
Whoa, Black Betty.
Motiram. It's good. It's good.
I like that, man. I like it.
10 Cent, give us a call. We got your marketing on this one.
D, you will be on retainer.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll make sure you get a credit.
We're not going to steal your idea. That was a chef's kiss. Somebody please clip that.
Oh, I think I've had the teaser for the episode.
That's good.
All right, next up, July 25th saw the full introduction of the requirements outlined in the Online Safety Act in the UK, requiring robust age checks for users to access adult content online. However, it only took 24 hours after the law went into effect for someone to get past the age requirement on Discord. All they needed was a little help from the video game Death Stranding. Ex-user Danny Sturkoff discovered that using a selfie of Death Stranding character Sam Porter Bridges, portrayed by actor Norman Reedus, successfully granted them access to Discord's adult-only channels. Way to go, sir. Discord's age verification system, KID, is able to verify users in one of two ways: face scan or scan ID. The latter is fairly self-explanatory, but the former uses checks to verify how old you look. KID claims it does not permanently store any selfies or personal identity documents after a user's age is confirmed. In theory, that means it won't know you used Sam Porter's face once you verified, as it has no way of checking the records, so to speak. The UK Online Safety Act seeks to restrict users who are under 18 years old from accessing adult content. Critics of the law highlight the privacy risks of sharing personal information with the platforms and say age verification laws might not be that effective since there are workarounds like using a VPN. Or as one Redditor joked about this workaround, 60% of the UK population is now Norman Reedus.
Modern problems call for modern solutions, apparently.
And that's what I love about this is it's inherent in human nature. As soon as you put down a law, the natural response is to go, nah, that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, not in my house. Mm-hmm. Life finds a way. This is crazy.
Yeah. The beautiful part about this is that Death Stranding 2 is known for having a really wonderful photo mode. And so you can take pictures of Norman Reedus making many different faces. And so as I understand how the workaround works is KID says, please give us a selfie. You do like a normal like face shot of Norman Reedus. You have it up on your TV and you get your phone so that the camera looks like it's scanning your face, but it's scanning Norman Reedus on your TV, and it accepts it. And then it says, well, prove it's really you. Now open your mouth. And it's like, okay. So they just switch to a photo where they've got Norman Reedus going, something like that. And it's like, sounds legit. Okay. You must be 18.
That's how that works?
That's how that works.
Okay. Wow. So they're smart enough to use a separate, or they're smart enough to ask for a separate photo. Mm-hmm. And they can tell like, okay, he's using a different face or whatever. This doesn't match. Okay. I like that. But still, with all of the AI generated stuff, you could easily put somebody else's photo in an AI generator and like, oh, now use this. Okay. Well, do you have enough time in between being able to submit that next photo? Like, okay, let me create this AI generated photo really quickly. Okay. Get back to me. Okay. Here's the one of the open mouth. Okay, great.
Yeah, AI tools are getting faster every single day, and some of these work very quickly. And you can feed it like a starter image. Say, put this person, wherever.
Right.
A lot of those have safeguards now that you can't put celebrities, in jail or whatever. But like, it's a good idea to want to safeguard folks from certain content online. I do like that part of it. I don't think this is the way you're going to defeat it. Because like Donnie said, AI, like you can just generate a face doing anything and it's going to work fine. Or in this case, you can use a video game. But what's really concerning about that last point with AI is like, is this information going to be stored in a database somewhere? These photos of these people that are accessing said content? And then, what if somebody uses your face to access said content? Mm-hmm. That's the big concern. Really, I think some more thought needs to go into this before we start, making policy on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fun part is that they're swearing up and down that, no, we don't store your selfies. We don't store your information. So they can't say, well, you just bypassed our super thorough check with a Norman Reedus video game selfie without outing themselves. So they're going to have to find a better way around this now that this has become a meme, essentially, where this essentially demonstrates that you could use any two photos of any adult. And as long as they are relatively the same, apparently KID has no idea what the difference is. But Norman Reedus is now the meme way to get past it, and it's super funny. So that's what we're going with right now.
It is pretty funny. I can't imagine how many times Norman Reedus has been the age verification on Discord. Well,
like Simon Asher says, pretty soon there's going to be an explicit law forbidding Norman Reedus from accessing adult content.
Right.
R.I.P. Norman, we're sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I don't trust any company or site that says we're not going to do something. We're not going to retain this information. We're not going to retain your picture that we have on profile. We're not going to sell your DNA information that we've collected that you sent us willingly. We're not going to do that. Oh, guess what? We're going bankrupt, so we have to sell this information to stay afloat and yada, 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 yada. I will never, ever trust any company. I will never send anything willingly. I don't even like showing my face in one of those scanners whenever I go to the airport. I don't like it. But you know what? It's all around you now. Even with existing politics that have come out, I think there's expansion for that kind of technology, for facial recognition technology. So your face is constantly being scanned everywhere you go. You really have no control over it once you step out in public. But preventing this from happening by submitting your own facial scan or picture for an age verification or something, I will never be on board with that. I'll give you my information, I'll give you my credentials, but I will never face verify for something like that.
And you're right. In many ways, it feels like a losing battle. Like even locally, we've got surveillance cameras set up at intersections, but you've got the local police force saying, but we swear we'll only use them if it's super important, you guys.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course. So in a lot of ways, it really does feel like you have no choice, even streaming on Twitch. Like how many images of our face are being archived?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's different, though, than eventually, like if they decide the selfies are no longer going to be good enough and you have to submit a driver's license or something like that before you're going to be allowed to access adult content. And then we're in a whole other thing of, I don't know the penalties commercially for breaching somebody's private data. I know what they are for HIPAA, and holy shit, that's scary. So I have a feeling that commercially they're not as bad as breaching them for HIPAA, but maybe they should be.
Yeah, I think they definitely should be, because once something like a driver's license gets out there, that's way too much personal information. Your identity is basically gone at that point.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, and the more companies say, we don't hold your data and we'll never sell it to anybody, the more I don't believe them. Because every single company that has said that, and we safeguard your data and keep it anonymous, inevitably there's a huge story in the news that, this database was compromised and suddenly now millions of user logins and information are out there in unencrypted, text files. It's like it's always an Excel spreadsheet. Like what?
Yeah.
Hire a guy or a lady that can do this and,
we spared no expense.
Be professionals with your customers' data. Good
with a
Lord.
password of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Oh my God.
And then you get this notification in the mail like, hey, you're part of a class action lawsuit. Here's your $2.11 and your free year of credit monitoring.
One interesting thing is that right now this law is just in the UK. But Xbox has come out and hinted at the idea that they're thinking of implementing it just across the board, just to make it easier.
Xbox? You mean the company that had the camera that was always on in your living room? No, I'm not concerned at all. This sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. The blog post, I believe, says something like, we're going to sit back and wait, and we're going to see how this UK law implementation goes. We're going to learn from it, and then we're going to see how we want to implement it moving forward.
That'll be a great combo with the Windows. What is that feature? The callback machine or whatever. The thing that tracks everything you do on your computer.
And takes screenshots of like your credit card numbers and stuff. Yeah.
Oh no.
That's going to be a great combo to have your ID tied to every single key you have ever typed on your computer.
Right, but it's just in case you forget and you want to remember what you were doing. That's why we're doing it. It's not to spy on you. Yeah,
or sell ads to you, or whatever.
Right. We're doing this for you guys.
Is that a feature that's entered or on automatically?
Yeah, they recently came out and said, I guess we'll turn it off because it seems like a bad idea, but they put it on without you knowing.
With what operating system?
Windows 11.
Okay, I'm on Windows 10. I'm safe. I don't need to worry about that.
Safe.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah, no, I forget what the feature is called, but it's basically on all the time. But there's corporate versions, too, because, of course, organizations
yeah.
want in on this.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no more watching porn while you're on your Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our new releases for the week. We're going to start with Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, PC, iOS, and Android. Welcome home, Hobbit. Live the cozy life of a hobbit in the wonderfully serene landscape of the Shire. Discover, decorate, and share in this idyllic corner of Middle-earth. Join friendly hobbits and familiar faces awaiting your arrival in Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game. 9 Years of Shadows. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, and Xbox One. Travel alongside Europa as she fights to enter the mechanical giant Talos and stop the corruption within before it swallows the world in darkness. Battle through tainted creatures, meet charismatic musicians, and uncover the truth behind the curse that robbed the land of all color in this side-scrolling Metroidvania. Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound. I hope I pronounced that right for the audience that is listening today.
Judgment.
PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. A brand new side-scrolling entry to the Ninja Gaiden series from the team behind Blasphemous, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound redefines the classic platformer saga in a spectacular, thrilling, and challenging ninja adventure. The brutal, nostalgia-filled aesthetic pays homage to the past while pushing the boundaries of modern pixel art, making every battle a feast for the eyes. So, I'm going to throw it over to Donnie first. What are you thinking, Donnie? What's your pick for the week?
Definitely not Tales of the Shire. I don't think, honestly, that I've ever played a single Lord of the Rings video game, and I'm definitely not going to start with this Stardew Valley ripoff. No, I don't want to live my life as a hobbit. This isn't Second Life. No. Moving on from that one. 9 Years of Shadows looks freaking amazing. The art, the ambience, the music. When I looked at it, I was like, okay. All right. I didn't know that it was a Metroidvania at first. I saw the descriptions. It said it was action adventure indie. Nowhere did it say it was a Metroidvania, but I kind of thought it might be. But that's going to seal the deal. I'm probably going to pick up 9 Years of Shadows. However, the alternate game that I'm also going to be picking up, there is no question, I'm going to be picking up both of these games. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, or Ninja Gaiden Ragebound for the North American people. We have covered this a couple of months ago when it was first displayed or whatever, revealed. And I, for one, am so freaking glad to be back to the 2D platformer style of Ninja Gaiden. This looks freaking amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I actually went on to Steam to purchase it today, only to realize that it's coming out tomorrow. So I've got to wait one more day. But 9 Years of Shadows and Ninja Gaiden Ragebound are both in my cart. And I believe 9 Years of Shadows, I think, is only $19.99. I can't remember how much Ninja Gaiden Ragebound was, but I don't think it's I don't think it's like a AAA game price of $69.99.
That's good. We're getting some reasonably priced options this week. What about you, Blue?
So Tekin85 in the chat says, as someone who is 5'4" with somewhat hairy feet and a love of breakfast, I don't need to spend money on a game to live like this. But yeah, Tales of the Shire, this game should have been a softball. It should have been an easy home run. If you want to make a cozy game that fans of the genre will just get lost in for thousands of hours, this should have been the one to do it. But the reviews of this game are despicable. People hate it. They say it's boring and clunky. And what is this curse on Lord of the Rings games?
They just, I don't know, man. Whatever happened with Gollum.
Gollum.
Yeah. I played, there was the Lord of the Rings trilogy on PS2, which was fine. It was not great. It was fine. But this is an IP that deserves like an absolutely epic game. And I guess we're still looking for it because Tales of the Shire ain't it. 9 Years of Shadows, like Donnie was saying, it looks like a beautiful 2D pixel art Metroidvania. There's lots to love here. And on any other week, I would probably be all for this. but I'm not sure why we're talking about anything besides Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This game looks absolutely sick. I'm 100,000% in, and the early reviews are spectacular. 9 Years of Shadows looks great, but Ninja Gaiden Ragebound looks better. So if I'm picking one of these games this week, absolutely 100,000% in for Ninja Gaiden.
Very cool.
Very nice.
How about you, Dux?
As you know, I myself have hairy feet and love to lay around doing nothing. Despite that, I'm going to pass on the Tales of the Shire. It doesn't really look to be my thing. I do like some of the Lord of the Rings games. The Two Towers on GameCube was really good. Well, I wouldn't say really good. Like you said, it was fine. It was great. It was fine. The Shadow of Mordor games, the ones that had the Nemesis system in them, those were actually fairly decent, somewhat modernish games, but that's it for Lord of the Rings games. Fair. There's a mountain of Lord of the Rings games, and those are like the 2 or 3 that are okay. So I'm going to pass on that one. 9 Years of Shadows, I haven't gotten to look at, but since everybody's talking about it like it's awesome, I should probably at least have a look. I do enjoy a good Metroidvania, so have a look at that. But yeah, for me, it's Ninja Gaiden Ragebound for sure. I do love the classic side-scroller, tough as nails type games from the NES and 16-bit days. And from what I understand, this is a return to form with better visuals, but I'm all about it. I cannot wait to play it. This is going to be a fun one that I think both me and Red Ox here at Pixel Pond are going to be checking out. It looks fun.
So RGB says, hairy feet? Prove it.
Patreon. Yeah.
Good answer.
Don't give it away for free.
Good answer.
That's right. No, you don't get to see the feet for free.
That's
that goes
the
on Patreon.
Top Patreon tier.
Yeah.
All right, before we move on, let's take a quick break to talk about our sponsor. This segment is proudly sponsored by the Retro Game Club podcast. It's a fantastic, family-friendly retro gaming podcast. In each episode, Rob and a guest pick 2 games to play and discuss, as well as news, interviews, and other topics. Right now, they want to hear your best console purchase stories, whether that means waiting in line all night, doing a shady back alleyway deal, etc. Visit them at retrogameclub.net or follow the links in the show notes. Donnie's cringing because we all know he's probably had 1 or 2 back alleyway deals. Some of them he doesn't even remember, and that's for a good reason.
That is correct. 2 weekends ago, I had a Super Nintendo pickup that I ended up, it was in southern Missouri in this little rinky-dink town, and I get to the house. I couldn't really see the house number, so I'm trying to decide, is it this house on this side of the street? Is it this house on this side of the street? Old lady comes out of this house. She's like, can I help you? I'm like, I'm looking for this house number. She doesn't even know what house number she is. And she's like, try that one. I was like, okay. So I start walking up to it. I see the door open, and that's it. And the guy's just like kind of waving me in. I'm just like,
that seems legit. Come in. Come in.
You wave back like, no, you come out here.
I'm like, I came all this way. It's fine. And I went inside the house, and there could have been somebody waiting with a chloroform rag behind a door and everything like that. I am very trustworthy when it comes to video games.
Van pulls up with Super Nintendo carts inside written on the door, and Donnie's like, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's that whole meme of Pennywise sticking out of the drain.
Yep.
Like, oh, we got retro games down here, and Donnie's just diving right in.
Just sliding right in. What you got there, bud?
What about you, Dux?
Oh, I've got a couple good console purchasing stories. I'll go with the launch of the Wii. So when the Wii was announced, I was super excited because I love video games that challenge the norm. So I saw the controller as something totally different from what we've had in the past. I was super excited about it. I got to the store like 17 hours-ish before launch, and I was still the 7th person in line. So I waited all day, and it was just the coolest community because it was like November. It was freezing in Wisconsin.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have friends who would come by with coffee and food throughout the day and make sure I wasn't like dying. But also this community was amazing. They had CRT TVs plugged into the exterior wall of the store playing Smash Brothers on GameCube and like Guitar Hero on PS2 and stuff all the way up to midnight. They released the accessories like an hour early. So somebody ran in, got a Wiimote and came and like shared it with everybody and was like, oh, check it out. This is what it looks like and all that stuff. It was a really awesome experience. And then we're maybe 10 minutes from the console launch, and my buddy shows up. And he's like, "Hey, what are you doing here at almost midnight?" You know, I'm like, "I'm waiting for the Wii." He's like, "Oh, cool. Do they have any more?" I'm like, "Nah, this line's been here the whole time." He got put on a wait list in case somebody walked out of line. Somebody walked out of line at the last minute. So he showed up 10 minutes before launch and got himself a brand new console. And I waited for 17 hours to get the same exact machine. Regardless, we took it back. We played Wii Sports until the wee hours of the morning and had a great time. But that was one of the more memorable console purchase experiences for me.
Who on earth would wait all day and then DNF right before the finish line?
I was floored and furious and happy for my friend, but a lot of conflicting feelings.
Yeah, it was a complex day. We need some time to unpack that.
Yeah.
I've told this story on the podcast before, but I think it's been a few years, so I'll go ahead and share it again because it's really my only story. But back in the 90s, when the Super Nintendo came out, this was probably like 1994 or something, when the Super Nintendo was not brand new. It was common enough that you could find it easily in stores. And I was with my dad and my two younger sisters, and we were in a Costco. And we went past a shelf where they had Super Nintendos just out on the shelf, because this was back in the days when they just put them out on the shelves. They didn't lock them behind anything. And we're like, Daddy, please, can we have a Super Nintendo? No, it's too much money, whatever. So he turns his back, and I have the great idea. I tell my little sisters, grab it, put it in the cart, put it under the stuff. And I'm thinking, we'll get to checkout. He won't notice magically that the total is like $250 more than it should be. He won't notice. It'll be fine. So, of course, he doesn't see it in the cart. And we get all the way up to the checkout, and it goes by, it gets rings up, and he's like, "What's that?" And we're like, "Well,
what's that?
You said we could have it, right?" And give him, the three of us, all of us giving him our absolutely cutest smiles. And normally we'd have all gotten our asses kicked for this, but I guess he was feeling generous this day because he just laughed and said, "Okay, fine." And it worked, and we got our Super Nintendo.
Wow, that's a gamble. Like I think all of us have done that as kids. You do the gamble, you throw something in the cart, and like they're just gonna get it, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome that it worked out for the Super Nintendo of all things. If it was going to work for one toy, I'm glad it was the Super Nintendo.
Right, absolutely no regrets. That was the best thing.
That was awesome. All right, folks, my name is donniegretro, and I will be your host for our trivia game this week. We've got some great questions. We've got two great contestants ready to battle it out. Who is going to be Trivia Daddy? Blue has the medallion right now. She's going to put it on. She's going to don the daddy medallion, the daddy necklace. But Ducks in Disguise could possibly steal this medallion from her. I don't know how he's going to get it. I don't know if it's going to be by force or if she's going to mail it to him willingly. We'll see.
I'll just fly down.
I'll just get a knock on the door. I'm here for the medallion.
Right.
All right. We have 4 categories. Each category has 5 questions. We're going to do this by rounds. Okay. So the first round, questions are worth 1 point. Second round, they're going to be worth 5 points.
Okay.
Third round, 10 points. Final round, 20 points.
Jeez.
So you might not be safe. Because even if somebody gets a number of the 1 round questions right, that person who gets all the questions in the final round, they're going to really take off. So
screw up early and often. Got it.
Yep. First round doesn't even count. I'm not even trying.
Right.
So let's figure out who is going to go first. I would say that
first.
since Ducks
Guess
is our
first.
guest, Dux is our guest. He's going to go first. Dux, your categories are name the band, song, pop culture, serials, and at the movies.
Oh, man. These are great categories. I would like at the movies, please.
What were the name of the stones that Indiana Jones was tasked with retrieving in Temple of Doom?
From Temple of Doom, really? This is the one? Oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna say the Chaos Emeralds.
The Chaos Emeralds.
That's a legit answer. I like it.
Unfortunately, Chaos Emeralds is not correct. Blue, you have the opportunity to steal. Do you know the name?
No. I don't even like that movie. Can we not have this debate about Indiana Jones too right now?
Fine.
The Aztec stones.
Right, it says the kidney
These
stones.
stones.
Kidney stones.
No, they are not the Aztec stones. They are the Sankara stones, or pronounced Shankara stones.
Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah.
All right, both of you suck. Blue, it's on to you. You get to pick the next category. Remember, your categories are at the movies, serials, pop culture, and name the band / song.
Cereals, please.
General Mills introduced a monster line of cereals in the 1970s. The original monsters were Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Boo Berry. Name the next monster who had his own cereal in this line.
God, I don't. I have no idea.
You got no answers on this one? No guesses?
I got nothing.
Dux, it's over to you.
So it was Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Boo Berry? Mm-hmm. That's a lot of berries already in existence.
That is.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess the Mummy. The Mummy had... I don't remember what the Mummy was. Was there a Mummy cereal? I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess that.
I was thinking Mummy as well, but I didn't remember his name.
There was a Mummy one, but this was not the next one in the line. He came after this one. This one was called the Fruit Brute.
Oh,
okay. I know Fruit Brute. He's like a werewolf thing,
yes.
right?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I've never heard of that.
Really?
I guess that Fruit Brute didn't last very long.
What the f*** is a Fruit Brute? Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah, Red Ox. I have no memory of that one.
I don't know why I knew about that, but that compels me to pick cereals again when it's my turn.
Get the Fruit Brute.
Yeah.
All right. Dux, you're up. Your next category you can pick is name the band, song, pop culture, cereals, or at the movies.
Run it back on cereals.
In 1984, Kellogg's introduced this cereal after a titular character from the Star Wars universe.
C3P organic cornmeal? I don't know. Kellogg's. Gotta be Smacky the Frog. What was his name?
Smacky the Frog.
Smacky the Frog. What was his name? Damn it.
Honey Smacks. Dig 'em, dig 'em.
Yeah. Dig 'em the Frog. There we go. Kellogg's. Okay, so I'm going to say Toucan Sam. Is that Fruit Loops?
That's Fruit Loops.
I think that's General Mills. There's got to be a Sam. There's a Sam in The Lord of the Rings. There's got to be a Sam in Star Wars. It's a common name. Sorry. I don't know.
Blue, would you like to take a stab at this one?
I kind of thought Dux was onto something with the C3POs.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
That is actually correct, but
No
he said
way!
no. You said
freaking
you said C3PO organic, and I'm like,
Are you shitting me?
No, the name is C3POs.
Are we still in round one? Was that only 1 point?
We were still in round one.
That's a bummer.
That should win the game. That is brilliant.
Oh, God. That is great.
Also, congratulations to Kellogg's on your marketing. That's brilliant. That's good. I like that.
Okay.
3POs.
Blue, you're up next. What category would you like?
At the movies.
In Goonies,
Oh, no.
when Mouth is listing all of the fables that Chunk has told, Chunk admits that Michael Jackson didn't come over to his house to use the bathroom. But this person did. Who was it?
I have no idea. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Incorrect. Jeremy, do you have a guess?
Burt Reynolds. I don't fucking know.
And his mustache.
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
All right, Mouth. Michael Jackson didn't come over to my house to use the bathroom. But his sister did.
Okay.
It was Michael Jackson's sister. Blue is currently in the lead with 1 point. And we have one more question in round one. I believe, who is it?
It's Ducks.
It's on me.
Yeah.
I'm going to say pop culture.
This toy by Hasbro and Tiger allowed the user to switch out tapes to hear 1 minute clips of songs.
Of songs? See, I immediately thought like Teddy Ruxpin.
That's
but
the
no,
first thing I thought.
that can't be it because those were more than a minute long. I remember Teddy Ruxpin would be talking for like 30 damn minutes and then his batteries would run out and he'd start sounding like Satan. So I know that's not it, but what would it be?
That's where the real satanic panic came from in the 80s was Teddy Ruxpin.
You know what? I'm going to guess Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, let's guess. Yeah.
That is incorrect. Blue, do you have an answer?
Oh, I got nothing. No, I don't even have a guess.
Nothing?
No.
The name of the toy, and Hybrid says he knows it, and Red Ox also says that she knows it. The name of the toy is called Hit Clips. Yes, Hybrid,
Hit
you
Clips.
got it.
Okay, I vaguely remember that.
I've never heard of that.
Take a gander. There were like these little cartridges that you could stick in this thing that you could attach to your pocket or belt or whatever and had.
So a super lame Walkman.
Hey there. Do you want to pay $10 for one half of an MP3? Do we have the product for you?
All right, that was the end of round one. Blue is currently in the lead with 1 point. Does that mean anything? No, it does not, because we're on to round two, and points are now worth 5. Blue, you get to pick the first category.
Well, I'm not going to know it, but sure, name the band.
Okay, I'm going to read it in a different voice, and you tell me the name of the band or the song. Cruising through the city after hours, with me fusing all our powers. Here's to all our dreams. Take me one more time. Take me one more wave. Take me for one last ride. I'm out of my head.
Deftones.
That is correct. Do you know which song? And the air just goes out like, oh, I'm not confident in this one.
Sex tape.
Also correct. But you only get points for one thing. You already guessed the name of the band. Okay.
I appreciate
Impressive.
the performance, though. Yeah, that was very good.
I'm not going to sing it exactly like the song because that would probably be way too easy. All right, Ducks. She's in the lead now with 6 points. He's going back to cereals.
I believe in the breakfast food. Let's go.
I think you got this one. What is the official name of the Super Mario Brothers / Zelda cereal released by Ralston in 1988?
The Nintendo Breakfast System? Was that it? The Nintendo Entertainment. It was a play on the NES. Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Nintendo Breakfast System. No, that's not it.
It is not it.
Damn it.
Blue, would you like to steal?
Am I close?
You are so incredibly close.
The Nintendo cereal system.
It is the Nintendo cereal system. Ryan, I would like to ask you not to put the answer in the comments, please.
Okay. Well,
You don't have any faith that I already knew it? I'll just, there.
I've also collapsed chat.
There we go.
So technically I can see chat, but it's teeny tiny. Itty bitty in the window.
Itty bitty. All right, Blue, you're up next. You're now leading by 11. This is the third question in round 2.
Name the band.
Let me take off all your clothes. Disconnect the phone so nobody knows. Yeah, let me light a candle so we can make it better. Making love until we drown. Dig.
I don't think I know this one. No answer.
No answer. Ducks, do you have an answer for this one?
I don't know, man. The Bee Gees?
It's obviously the Quagmire Band, says Red Ox.
Right.
So you don't have a guess?
I don't. I really don't.
It's actually
That's a tough one.
Color Me Bad, I Wanna Sex You Up.
Yeah, see, I don't really know that
I
one.
wanna sex you up all night. Great 80s song. Give it a listen if you don't know it. Actually, I think it's 90s. Jeremy, you're up.
I will roll that dice again. Name the band.
US Prime, grade A stamped, guaranteed. Grease it up and turn on the heat. You gotta throw it down and roll it over once, maybe twice. Then chow down and down, down and down.
Excuse me? Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Exactly. You're manning the grill.
This sounds like a club banger. I'm gonna guess like T-Pain?
It is not
No.
T-Pain.
Damn.
Blue.
I have no idea. Like, absolutely none. Busta Rhymes. I got f***ing nothing.
The answer is Van Halen, Good Enough.
Van Halen. I was not expecting that.
Grade A, stamp, guaranteed. All right. Neither one of you got that one. And that is the end, I believe, of round 2.
Yeah, my self-esteem is falling rapidly, so I don't know about you, Ducks.
I have 0 points, so I'm doing great.
Round 3 starts off, and I believe it is Blue's turn.
Cereal.
This 1992 cereal, also released by Ralston, was named after a famous TV neighbor who likes cheese and is always asking, did I do that?
Urkelos?
That is correct. It
I got
is
an answer
Urkelos.
for real.
Did I do that?
Seems the key to this category is to just add O's on the end.
Right, yeah, exactly.
That's
If you haven't picked up on that one.
All right.
Was it cheese-flavored cereal? Ugh.
Cheesy-O's. Mm. Let's go with at the movies.
At the movies. In the 1994 movie The Crow, Eric Draven visits a pawn shop to not only gain information, but to also retrieve something. What is he specifically looking for?
Looking for, was it the wedding ring?
That is correct.
Yeah, give it to him.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's engagement ring, but wedding ring.
Engagement ring.
Yeah.
It was their ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ducks is on the board with 10 points. Blue is 21 points right now.
I'm happy. It's not 0. I'm good. Game is set. I'm good.
Blue, you're up.
At the movies.
In the movie 7 with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, what deadly sin crime scene do the duo investigate first in the film?
First. Oh, shit. Which one was first? Was greed the first one? Cutting off the pound of flesh?
Incorrect.
I haven't seen this movie in forever, so I'm just going to guess a random one and say gluttony.
Boom! You got it. Yes! It is gluttony.
Oh, no.
That's the pound of flesh that they cut off from him.
Clearly, I need a rewatch of that because I didn't remember which one was first.
Amazing movie. Uh-oh.
I haven't seen that one in quite a while.
Ducks with 20 points.
Suddenly.
Blue, 21 points.
Suddenly.
The cinema.
Cinema. I will go with pop culture.
The commercials from this minty candy maker usually showed people getting into cumbersome situations, but ultimately ending up fine after eating a piece of this candy.
Mentos freshness. Fresh tastes better. Mentos fresh and full of life. Yeah, it's Mentos, right?
The fresh maker. You are correct. It is Mentos.
I loved those commercials. It was always the most insane thing, and they're like, "No, it's cool. I've got Mentos." like 2 of the tires just fell off my car, and I don't even have a way to replace them. And the guy pulls up, and he's just like, "Mentos," and he's like, "Great, but this,
I'll just hitchhike to where I need to go."
Right? Yeah,
right. Sure.
The fresh maker.
The last question in round number 3. Blue belongs to you.
Pop culture.
This company's slogan told customers to dial down the center and featured comedian Carrot Top in their commercials.
What the Why on earth would you pick Carrot Top as a spokesman?
I don't know. They did. They probably knew something that we didn't.
Dial down the center.
Nothing?
Nothing. I'm trying to think, what companies would you even call that you would need to give a number? And it's that long ago that I don't even remember why you would need to call.
Yeah, you're a 90s kid. This should be stuck with you.
Apparently, I blocked everything Carrot Top from my mind. So, the Sears catalog.
Incorrect. Ducks, do you have an answer?
Like the dial down the center thing. It's right there in the front of my brain. There is some company who used this as like a jingle or something, the dial down the center thing. I don't remember Carrot Top from it because also like Blue, all of that has just been pushed out. I don't know. Dial down the center. I'm going to say it's like for taxis. I don't know. Is that a taxi company?
Incorrect. It is not a taxi company. It is AT&T. Dial down the center. CALLATT for when you wanted to dial collect.
That's what it was.
So that is the end of round number 3. We have one final round left. These questions are now worth 20 points. There are 5 questions in this category. Ducks, it is your turn.
On me. All right, let's do Name the Band.
So needless to say, I'm odds and ends, but I'll be stumbling away, slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry.
I really don't know. It sounds like one of those bands that like weren't metal, but they weren't really alternative, like Oasis. I'm gonna guess Oasis.
Oasis. It is not Oasis. That is incorrect.
Okay.
Blue, do you need me to reread it?
No, I don't think that'll help. I have no idea. I'm really bad
Games
at
with
this.
Coffee says, "Oh God, is it Coldplay?"
Coldplay, sure, Coldplay.
It's not Coldplay. So needless to say, I'm odds and ends, but I'll be stumbling away, slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's not better to be safe than sorry. Take on
me. Damn it. I knew it. Like, you did the thing where it's right before the part that I know. That was good. That was a good one.
All right, Blue, you're up.
Pop culture.
Pop culture. This company's commercial in the 90s had us thinking that we could be like Mike if we drank their product.
Gatorade.
Correct. It is Gatorade. H2O. That puts Blue in the lead with 41 points.
Drinking the wrong water. Sorry.
Ducks, it's your turn.
It is my turn. Okay. Cereal. Let's do that one again.
Last question in this category. This spooky cereal, released in 1985, featured a hologram on the cover.
Spooky cereal with a hologram?
Give it to me!
I'm going to lose this, aren't I? Because I have no idea. I'm going to say Booberry.
Booberry. It is not Booberry. Blueberry.
It was Ghostbuster cereal, right?
It was Ghostbusters.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
I remember wanting that, and my parents wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, I didn't get the cool cereal. I got like the cereal that was in the bag on the racks at the end of the aisle, you know, like it's Smacky the Frog and stuff like that.
All right, Blue, your turn.
At the movies.
Last question in this category. In the 1996 movie Scream, what line does Randy say that you should never say because in scary movies, it's a death wish?
I'll be right back.
Oh, that is correct. Blue, now with 81 points. Ducks, it is your turn.
I'm going to go with pop culture.
Pop culture, last question in this category. Before Internet Explorer dominated the browser market in the 90s, this company enjoyed domination after its 1994 release.
Netscape?
Correct.
Well
Netscape
done.
Navigator.
Well done.
Yes, that was my first web browser I ever used was Netscape Navigator.
Ducks with 50 points, Blues with 81 points. That is the last of the questions in that round. We have one more question, though, and I will give this to Ducks to see if he can possibly get it right. The light in the window is a crack in the sky, a stairway to darkness in the blink of an eye, a levee of tears to learn she'll never be coming back. The man in the dark will bring another attack. Your mama told you that you're not supposed to talk to strangers. Look in the mirror. Tell me, do you think your life's in danger? Yeah.
This has got to be one of those, like, dad rock 80s bands. They always had weird lyrics like that.
Dad, what the? What just came out of your mouth?
I don't know. What is this? Like the Rolling Stones, maybe?
It's topical. Topical. Think topical.
Man, I really don't know. Nothing. I got nothing. I'm sorry. I'm blanking.
Blue, do you know this one?
If it's topical, it must be Black Sabbath.
It is not Black Sabbath. It is Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne. Okay.
There's no more tears. Rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
That does it for trivia. Blue has retained her daddy medallion, her trivia daddy medallion. How does it feel?
It feels wonderful. The medallion stays at home. It feels right here.
And Ducks will not have to pay for airfare to come pick it up?
Oh, right, because I'm not mailing this. This is only a person-to-person handoff.
Slightly disappointed that I don't get a daddy title, but you know what? I live to fight another day. I will return. I will earn a daddy title, damn it. That's become a new life goal for me.
It'll happen.
I want to be one of the cool kids.
At PRGE, he's going to get a daddy title.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't make it happen. It has to happen naturally.
Organically.
Yeah, exactly.
Organically.
Yeah. I'll be looking for that opportunity.
Well, thank you guys for participating in trivia. I hope you guys had fun. I hope everybody in the chat had fun playing along with us. And if you're listening to this one on Friday, I hope you've had some fun as well. We're going to say that this is, we're going to wrap up this episode. And thank you for listening to episode 176 of Gamers Week Podcast. And a big thank you to the Retro Game Club Podcast, Love Retro BTW, Pixel Pond Production Company, and absolutely the best podcast, A Work in Progress, for sponsoring this episode. Don't forget to check out their links in the show notes. If you want to connect with Gamers Week, follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at Gamers Week PC. Watch us right here on Twitch at twitch.tv/GamersWeek Podcast, where we will record live every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Email us at gamersweekpodcast@gmail.com. Visit our merch store at gamers-week-podcast.creator-spring.com. Or if you want to do it the easy way, follow the link in the show notes. And last, but certainly not least, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/gamersweek. And finally, since you made it all the way to the end of this episode, please leave us a rating and a review to let us know how we did. We really do value your feedback. While you're there, consider subscribing on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Dux, thank you so much for coming on and helping us with this episode tonight. We greatly appreciate it. And we've missed you guys as guests, as co-hosts on this on the podcast. We cannot thank you enough. Please tell us and the chat and everybody listening where we can find you.
Yeah. So thank you again for having me on the show. I'm always happy to stop by. It was a great show tonight. Lots of good conversation. I'm sorry I called Ozzy Dad Rock. Ozzy is amazing rock. Now, where you can find Pixel Pond. I just wanted to get that in there before we cut the recording. Pixel Pond, you can find us at, a lot of the gaming conventions you go to on the West Coast, of course, but you can also find us right here on Twitch at Pixel Pond Productions. And you can also find us on Blue Sky. I am Ducks in Disguise. There's also Redox PDX, the other half of the company. And I encourage you to hang out in our Discord as well, as that's where we give a lot of updates on the shows that we're attending and the cool stuff that we find.
And if you haven't, definitely check out their YouTube channel, because there's some real good stuff there.
Right. I do YouTube as well. And the finer things. Drop by the finer things. And you can check out me and Davey play retro games that, we get frustrated at. But that's the point. And it's fun. And it's a good time. We recently went to Too Many Games and produced a little video. It's on our YouTube now. Check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely will be doing that. And Webhead says, Doom Daddy.
Yeah, I like that.
Did you see his face light up?
There's a whole case right. This is all Doom right here. Yeah, I like that. That's good. I want a shirt with that. There you go.
I was thinking we need to get you like a custom pen, Doom Daddy, in the font.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. Thanks again, guys. I really, really love being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. And you guys have a great night. We'll see you back here next Wednesday, and we'll probably see you live on YouTube on Monday when we come back for the uncut. So thank you very much. Thank you, Ducks. Take care, everybody. We will see you later.
Bye.
I was going for Hank Hill.
Yes, I need you to do your f***ing job.
Okay, so we got major echoes.
Oh, is that from me?
I think so. Donnie sounds like God when he's talking.
Oh, it's probably
Thank you. I'm out. That's all I ever wanted for somebody to say.
That should be better.
I think we're good.
I have my speakers on. That'll do it.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's your problem.
Totally do it.
Yeah, there's your problem. Excuse me, caller, do you have your radio on? Go ahead and turn that down for us.
Welcome to Gamers Week Uncut.
Welcome to Gamers Week Uncut.
Welcome to Gamers Week Uncut, patrons with benefits. This is the unscripted, patron-only bonus cast with less editing and more dirty jokes. We don't know where the conversation will go, but we're sure it will be weird.
This fish just went right on my nipple, and I'm just like,
I Google Street Fighter 6. The first search result that comes up is people think they can see Ryu's dick in the Street Fighter 6 reveal.
Listen up here, kids. You're not going to want to get one of those VD-STDs things, right? Make it fall off. When you go, grab a pro. You'll be doing it for America.
That was perfect.
If you want to hear weekly episodes of our patron-only bonus cast, join us at patreon.com/gamersweek.